Okay, good morning. This is Monday's math. What you need to do first is you need to go into your math book onto page 78 and 79 and look across the top and see how they're solving the problem. And then I'm going to explain what they're actually doing, what you're doing, and how to do these problems. There's two ways to do them. I'm going to show you both ways, but then I really want everybody to learn how to do it, what I'd call old school way. It's the fastest way to do it, sometimes even faster than the calculator. No calculators today. All right. So what we're doing is we're multiplying two-digit number times a two-digit number. You've been doing two-digit numbers times a one-digit number. So you already know how to do this. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry the 1. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 75. So 3 times 25 is 75. And if you think about it like money, 25 cents a quarter, if you have 3 quarters, you have 75 cents. It's a good one to memorize. All right. So what you're doing when you do 25 times 13 or any two-digit number times two-digit number, if you remember distributive property, what we're really doing is we're doing 25 times 10 plus 3 because 10 plus 3 equals 13. So that's really what we're doing. So when you do that, what you're doing is you're doing this. You're doing 25 times 3, which we now know is 75. We just figured that out. And then you're doing 25 times 10. That's because 13 is 10 plus 3. So there's your 10, and your 3. So it's 25 times 3, and then it's 25 times the 10. Okay, and if you remember how to do this, 25 times 1 is 25, and then you add your 0. And then, of course, we add those two things together, and we get 325. Okay, so we'll set this aside for now. Now, when we come up and do the old school way, this is what we do. And sometimes it's helpful. Some kids like to cover up the number that they're not using. Sometimes it's helpful. For example, what we're doing first is we're multiplying the 3 times the 25. And if the 1 gets in your way, you can just cover it up with a piece of paper. And you do like this. You say 3 times 5 is 15, and you carry your 1. We already know how to do that. 3 times 2 is 6, plus the 1 up here is 7. Okay, so now we're done with the 3. And now we're doing 25 times this 1. But remember, we're really doing 25 times 10. That's why a 0 goes here. Because now we say 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. And then we can add 12, carry the 1, 325. So now it makes sense on why you have a 0 down here, why you always put a 0 there, because you're really multiplying by the 10. So when you do these problems, you do the first, oops, I lost my 3. You do the ones, and then when you go to multiply the tens times the top, you always put a 0 here because you're really doing 10 times this or 20 times this or whatever this number is. And we'll do some other examples. I'll do one more example with you that's not in the book. So watch this one. This purple marker sheds a lot. All right, let's do 33 times 22. Okay, so first we do 2 times 3 is 6, and then 2 times 3 is 6. Nothing to carry this time. Now, we're switching over. We're multiplying this 2 times the top. What do we have to do here? We have to put a 0 down because we're really doing 20 times 33. So then we say 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 3 is 6. And we add, and there's our answer. Remember, you can pause and go over anything you need to. Now I want to do one that has carrying things. So let's do one more here. 27 times 35. All right. So again, we start with the ones. 5 times 7, 35. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. And then I'm going to cover that up if you need to. Now, here's one trick that you're going to want to do. Whiteboards are great, and here's one of the reasons. I'm going to get rid of that so I don't mix it up. Now, what do I have to put here? I have to put a 0 because I'm really doing 27 times 30, so I need that 0. 3 times 7, 21. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And then I can add, and I'm done. All right, now what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video and try number 7 in the book. Try number 7. Pause the video, try number 7, and then come back and I will work it out and you can see if your answer matches. So pause now, do the problem. All right, here's number 7. Oops, that's not right. It was 44 times 23. Okay. So first, I'm going to cover this up. I know not all of you are going to do that, but some of you might want to. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to cover up that 3. Always put your 0 down because you're really doing 44 times 20. 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 times 4 is 8. And 1012. All right. Now, if you didn't get it right, take a look. And you can always pause. All right. Let's do another one. Let's have pause and do number 11. So number 11. Okay, now that you're back, here's number 11. It's 17 times 12. This time I'm not going to cover up, and we'll see how we do. 2 times 7, 14. Carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Put your 0 down. Get rid of that guy just in case. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 1 is 1. And then we're adding 4, 10, 2. Okay, now you're going to do one more. I'm just double checking something here. Pause and do number 21. All right, and here's number 21. It's 24 times 21. So 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. What happens next? Yep, put your 0 down. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. And then add. Notice I'm putting a line and my addition symbol here too. And that's 4. Carry the 1. It's 504. And that's how you multiply 2-digit numbers times 2-digit numbers. All right. Your assignment is to do, actually, I think I'll have your assignment written in the email. I can't look at my book while being on this recording, so you'll have to look at the assignment that was emailed to you this morning to know what your assignment is. But it's out of the book, and I need it to be done on paper. All right, do it out of the book, do it on paper, and it's just going to be a couple of problems. Actually, you know what? Why don't you do the reteaching page, unless I tell you otherwise. Let's try the reteaching page today. All right, and that'll be in your assignments. Talk to you later. Bye.